Equestrian life in Greenwood Village today is no different than the visions of horses and stables from the village's early beginnings. While fond memories still linger of horses grazing in the pastures and 4-H club members doing giddy-up rides along the Highline Canal Trail, the spirit of horses and their riders is very much alive in Greenwood Village. Today, raising and riding horses remains a way of life for many villagers and a treasured scenery that continues to be one of the many unique backdrops of this beautiful community. If you take a walk along the Highline Canal Trail near the Marjorie Nature Preserve, you will see why it's an environment that is not known by many and seen only by a few. The Goldsteins of the village know how special this place really is for them and for their horses.
Well, we moved here because of the Highline Canal, and that's the truth. And I wanted to live with our horses so that we could go out and enjoy them every day instead of driving 2 hours to get to them before we had that opportunity. We finally landed here in Greenwood Village because it's beautiful and they're equestrian sensitive and they want to keep the spirit of the old part of Greenwood Village. You know, it's pretty hard to beat being right here in the city, minutes from everything. You can walk to Starbucks or you could ride your horse. You know, I think Marjorie Preserve, that's one of the most pristine places that you can be without road traffic, without too much interference from other parts of the city. And there's lots of people there enjoying the park. It's really neat to see people on bicycles and strollers and just a wide variety of folks enjoying our parks and trails. That's really special. I don't know of too many cities in the country that have that opportunity, honestly. So we're very lucky. We know that.
Well, we're grooming the horses this morning before our ride. And you want to check your horse out to make sure that there is nothing that's stabbing them or brushes or burrs or goat heads or anything before you put your saddle on. And then we'll check their feet to make sure that their hooves are sound. From here, we can do a 7-mile trip, leaving the house, going up to Marjorie Perry, through Marjorie Perry, back down the canal, and then going south or west on the canal, be doing a big loop and then coming back here.
We use the equestrian park all the time. Go over there and go over all the different obstacles. And Greenwood's got some stream crossings that are really great practice.
So we're on our way now to the canal. It's about a half mile away. We have a wonderful dirt road that the horses enjoy. So during the summertime, I ride almost every day. Martha joins me as frequently as she can. You know, we'll go out for 20 minutes or an hour, and it's just great. It's just a great break from everyday activities.
What we really love is seeing the Pony Club kids out, the whole gang.
So there's all kinds of things that you see on the canal. We have one neighbor that has a cart and drives her team of miniature horses. We have people that get on their horses and ride every day just by themselves or in a couple. And of course we've got all the runners and we've got all of the bicyclists that we share the canal with.
I think the biggest challenge is for them to get used to seeing all different kinds of strollers and bicycles and kids and Halloween costumes. It's a great place to train a horse for a trail class. because you see it all.
The recumbent bicycle seems to be a really scary device for the horses. It's too low to the ground to be a human, and it's moving too fast to be a human.
Here's somebody out for a break. Hello.
So there go three runners running abreast, and the horses by this time are used to that kind of stuff. What I really like is that when you turn off of Bellevue and you hit the dirt roads, I believe that your blood pressure goes down. And it's a way of restoring your humanity. The rural parts of Greenwood Village are so special that they are really worth preserving as much as we can. And I know people sometimes get frustrated with the dust,
dirty cars,
and the cars, but living here and having your pace slow down is just a terrific attribute of living in Greenwood Village.
It's unique in the city, and it's unique in many parts of the city.
Yeah, and we can be downtown in 20 minutes or a half an hour. Lately, we've had the connection of the light rail. So
that's
when
been really
you want,
fun, take downtown.
When you want to participate in a cultural event down at the theater, you can jump on the train and come back.
So we got the best of both worlds.
And it really is the best of both worlds. You know, we love it when equestrian people move to the neighborhood because it adds to the neighborhood. The equestrian community really, we look out for each other and we have fun together, and we often have cocktail parties together, and taking care of your horses is a community interest. So if a horse has to go to the vet, it's not uncommon for one neighbor to call up another and say, can you trailer my horse over to the vet? Which we're more than happy to do.
There's lots of great ways to learn how to do this. If folks don't know how to take care of horses, they've always wanted to have horses, this is a good community to be in, because I think there's a lot of people who are willing to help. The folks that have horses and enjoy them as much as we do. I mean, they're just like our golden retrievers, you know, you guys. They're part of our family. So
yeah, I think owning a horse is a terrific experience. It teaches a young person responsibility. You know, you have to feed your horse several times a day. You have to clean up after your horse. Horses, like any animal, get hurt and you have to care for them.
You learn a little bit about medicine.
And so you really need to learn how to be responsible to another living creature. And that is, all in all, a terrific experience. So as we finish our ride, I'd like to give special thanks to Firefly and to Isabeau, who have been the star, really are the stars of this production, and who are what this thing is all about. Horse care, enjoying your horses, and being able to live in rural Greenwood Village, to be able to appreciate what they do. So thanks to the horses, thanks to Isabeau, thanks to Firefly.
Saddle up. It's time to ride that pony. Nancy Sachs has Pony Club connections that goes back many years in Greenwood Village. Although some may think that Pony Club is just a bunch of guys and gals horsing around, it's a special time for youth to learn and grow together around a mutual love for a loyal and admirable friend.
Ryder is going to give you a leg up to get on the pony, okay? That's it. You're doing great. You're a natural. I think you could grow up and be a trainer. Okay, now what we do with our stirrups, Ryder. We're going to bring them up, shorten them for me. Up maybe 2, Ryder, okay? So they started this club in the mid-50s, and Platte Valley has been in existence in Greenwood Village and Cherry Hills Village. We moved back and forth between the spots for the last 65 years. But Rowena Rogers and Kat Anderson started the Pony Club, and when we have tried to embrace the same philosophies, we are doing the same things and trying to teach the kids why we do something, why a saddle has to fit the horse properly, why you need a well-fitting saddle or the horse is uncomfortable. And so they are sensitive to what the horse, what they can embrace that the horse also really enjoys doing. So I've been doing this pony club for 25 years, and the kids who are now, one is a marketing director at the Colorado Horse Park, another is a veterinarian. They're successful in business, they're trainers, and what these kids will do, because what you learned, I think, with Pony Club and horses, I think is a really intrinsic part of your education. It's smiling in the face of adversity. It's Ryder, go over and ride that combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ah! You have to hear it, and then you have to say it, and then you have to do it to learn to do it properly. So I think for the older child, for Megan, she is learning how to teach and what's effective. And the little kids love it because they want to embrace it. They want to be older kids. Emmy wants in a couple of years to be able to take that information and use it on someone younger, and because it's very empowering. We really encourage that under my tutelage. Nice, Emmy, your hands are lovely. Good. Okay, keep that pace, eyes up. Look right through there, look through it, look through it, look through it. That's okay, you stayed with them. Now you have to do it again and get a distance. And now lengthen to those jumps, lengthen. Eyes up, yeah, there, yes. Beautifully done. So we have 6-year-olds that are coming down on ponies that are just learning how to walk and steer. We have kids that go to shows and jump, 3 feet. So we try to have a real mix of ages, ability levels, and a really important part of Pony Club is that the older kids are teaching the younger kids. Pony Club has a rating system. So my older kids who are more proficient riders, they work their way up. There's different categories. So they are tested. And they're not only tested for their riding ability, they're tested for their knowledge of the horse. What kind of horse they have, what color. What color is your pony?
He's a dapple.
He's dapple bay, right. We have a lot of passing horses along after they've taught one child to ride, that then we turn him and then another family buys him. And so the same horses are the professors, we call them, and they teach the kids. They've learned so much and they are the best. They're quiet, they're well behaved, but this guy his name is Kodak Moment, and he's 22 years old. 2 of these kids live on the canal. Libby lives on the canal, and Chloe lives on the canal. We want to help with conservation of the canal, riding back and forth safely from horses that live across the street. They live at different barns. These 4 live here at the club, but we have riders that come under Bellevue, and that we keep the canal in its beautiful state so we can ride it so it's safe. So we can keep the rural, because in Greenwood Village, the wonderful rural history. And our Pony Club is part of that rural history. So it's retaining these equestrian parks. So you can ride out, so we can have lessons, so we can have fun. It's teamwork, and it really is watching out for each other. So right now in the lesson, we have a little bit of everything as far as horses, ability levels, and you're all working together, which is probably really critical. How old are you, Sienna?
7.
She's 7 years old. So we've had Megan. Well, I was down here teaching this lesson. Megan took over, and Megan and Haley and actually Emmy, all of them have helped tack up Mr. O'Flynn. Mr. O'Flynn, yes. And Sienna this is her new pony that just came like last week, right, Sienna? So what did you say? What did you like? How was your lesson this morning?
It was pretty good.
Pretty good?
I would think I could do better.
Wow. Ryder, why do you like riding horses?
Well, my mom used to do it, and she told me one day we're gonna go to a little farm today. So I went to the farm, and my mom told me, okay, here's a Western saddle. Let's hop you up on the horse. And I really loved it the first time I did it. So I kind of embraced it. I talked about it with my mom, and she was like, okay, if you're really serious about this, then you can get serious about this. So,
What pony club, not to interrupt you, what pony club did your mother belong to?
she belonged to this exact pony club.
What would you say about Pony Club that you like, why you come?
It's a part of my life, and I really love it, and
That's
I
good.
don't know where I would be without it.
Thank you, Emmy.
For Susan Bell, chasing lizards and following rabbit trails as a child were not as much fun as riding horses and ponies into the sunset. Today, she is sharing her love for these four-legged animals by offering the healing power of horses with people.
Forward first. This one, right, left, right, left. You feel which legs. Let your bottom move with her pelvis. Can you feel your bottom rocking back and forth? I started teaching horseback riding lessons about 15 years ago. I was very lucky to be taught by an Argentine gaucho how to ride and train horses. And just from being around horses myself for many years, I really saw the therapeutic aspect that they have on everybody. You could be going through some hard times and they help you out, and I knew that. So I started doing my lessons with children, and my students are the gamut from completely, absolutely normal and to children that have autism and children that, as Bianca was born blind. The approach that I take is really more about the communication, learning safety, learning about equine behavior and how to develop that bond and how to develop your strength, your physical strength, as well as your emotional strength. I think that when you learn how to actually ride an animal this big and have a relationship with it, it gives you a great deal of confidence. There's so much for these children to learn all at once. First of all, you notice she's not using a saddle. She's just using a bareback pad. So the reason for that is you get a really good feel for actually being one with the horse and really feeling their movement and staying with them, because eventually it's really a true partnership. And when you horseback ride, you can't see it, it doesn't look like it, but you're really using your core is the most important thing. And when you really start riding fast and getting better at it, it's always comes from your core. And your intention is huge. So it's a big lesson, it's a life lesson really. Because when you look where you want to go, in Bianca's case, she has to concentrate mentally. They go where you want to go. If she turned all of a sudden and looked at you, Indigo would know, oh, we want to go this way. It's also about developing confidence and developing focus, because if you're not in the moment, you're not concentrating and feeling what the horse is doing and asking them to do stuff, they're not going to do it. The horse is very much a part of it because they have been with humans and had relationship with humans for such a long time. I like to think that they're angelic in a certain way because they seem to know instinctively where our faults and our fears and our pains are, and a lot of times they help just being around them.
I love to ride horses. My experience is very awesome, and they really like hay and grass. They like leaves. My favorite horse is Indigo because she's very good to ride.
And you tell her walk when you want her to walk, and you tell her to now tell her to hoe. Good. And when she doesn't tell